Harry Redknapp seems to have transformed them, and now they look like a
Definitely.
side that can make the Champions League. Is that realistic for Spurs?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think so. I think the way they play is not because they won 9-1 against Wigan. Uh, that's not for me the right example. I mean, it's the way they play since the beginning of the season. Uh, they're right there. You know, the quality of the passing, the defending is much better. And, you know, you can score a goal for fun. You know, Robbie Keane, Defoe, Kranjčar, although these guys, they can put the ball in the back of the net at any time. The thing is, the quality of the team itself. It's not just one or two players, and now it seems that Harry Redknapp managed to make them play as a team, and this is how you're gonna travel all around the place, thinking, well, you are confident enough to win against anyone.
I mean, when you were at Spurs, it wasn't a great team. They weren't the best players around, but perhaps, I mean, would you have loved to have played in the team they've got at the moment?
I would love to play with Spurs in a team who can compete and challenge teams like Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, and right at the top, and challenging a place for Champions League. Obviously, it wasn't the case. When I was voted Player of the Year in '99, I was probably the only player who was voted and not being in the top three. So it was difficult in a way, but it's not a choice. You have to do your job and do whatever you have to do. I mean, at the time we had 4 or 5 different managers in 4 years. It was too much. If you want to think about being successful, you need to have consistency, and to have consistency is just playing and working with the same people. Because if you change every year managers, you change the whole thing. You change the way of training, the way of living, the way of managing, and you always to change. It's like changing a woman every year. You will be in trouble. What the only thing they need is what you miss for many years now. It's just about working with regarding in the future, looking at the future. I mean, they have been changing too many times managers. People right at the top must be, you know, working mentally safe, thinking about the future. If you have a bunch of players, you need to bring them to the top, and to bring them to the top, you need to get some times. So working on 2, 3, or 4 years time. So even if next year they're going back to the Premier League, they will have to work with the same people for another 2 or 3 years to get the results. Because even with us in '95, '96. We played fantastically well. We had great players, a great team, where we didn't manage to win anything. So it was quite difficult. But you understand that you've got everything there. The thing is, you have to put the right person in place and give them time to work things out.
Do you think Chris Hughton is a man who can take them forward?
Well, Chris Hughton was in charge of he was a coach, assistant coach when I was at Spurs. I know him quite well. I know the way he works. And to be honest with you, I would love to see Chris Hughton being successful, because I think he's a man of devotion as well. And he likes to work. He's very competent. He's got a good view on the game. And I would be the first to say bravo if he be successful and he bring back success to Newcastle United. It's not a question of being famous in the game as a manager. If you see big names in the modern football, but Chris Hughton is capable of doing as much as any managers around. So Newcastle United, they just have to stick with him for a while and think, well, he can do a good job for the club, and that's it. They will give him 2 or 3 years to work things out.